3, 2, 1, and we move on. Awesome. So, again, this is gonna be a huge webinar, Q&A. Thank you. There's gonna be a big Q&A today. So I'm just gonna run over some things that's gonna happen. I've been getting tons of questions in my email box, in my DMs and everything. So I'm just gonna run over them from top to bottom, and it's what's gonna happen next with the group. Okay. So first of all the videos, they will get taken away. One by one. One by one, the videos are taken away right now. The group will, however, stay active. We will change the name of the group back to Dancers Bootcamp Online. So that will be the focus again. And for you guys who don't know what Dancers Bootcamp Online is, it's what we all have been doing. Like Thomas said, he's been here since November. I think Veronica has been here for quite a time right now. We have Annette that I saw here for a hot second. That's been there for a year. And it's our online membership area. It has over 40 hours of video training material for dancers. Now there is two different 30-day challenges. We have Bachata booty section for you who wants to build bigger booty. We have the abdominals. We have dance specific, what more we have? Kettlebell flow. We have the Dancers Mastermind. I'm not even gonna oversell it because I think it's a fantastic platform. And it's, if you shoot and if you decide to take action before Sunday, that's the post we put it up. Before Sunday, you get a 50% discount, which means that if you appreciated these workouts that you've been doing, you're gonna get all of it plus an additional 40 hours for 33 cents per day. Thumbs up if that's an awesome deal, you know what I mean? It's like 33 cents per workout, and you train with, and you get me in your living room every day of the week. So yeah, I'm not even gonna oversell it. I think it's not gonna say bargain, but I think it's an amazing product. Again, group will stay active. And how, okay, so what are we gonna do with the selfies? The selfies has really been motivating me. Every day now, so this is new for everybody who are in Dancers Bootcamp Online. Every day now we will post a photo or some type of frame where it's like, post your daily workouts here. So we will still keep the structure in the group, so it's not gonna be 1,000 selfies everywhere, and then I'm gonna try to post something that I want everybody to know, and then that's gonna get disappeared. But so we're gonna post each day. We will make a new post, and that's gonna start from, yeah, very soon. We don't have a date for it yet. On the other hand, and that's for everybody to keep doing the selfies. So even if you decide to not invest 33 cents a day in yourself because your economy doesn't allow it, maybe. Some of us might actually be in that financial situation, and we don't judge nobody over here. So if you are in that situation that you're just like, wow, I would love to join Dancers Bootcamp Online. I really see the value, but I cannot do that financial commitment right now because, I don't know, maybe you get laid off from work. That is reality for some of us, unfortunately. Let us know. Send me a message on WhatsApp or on email or somewhere else, and I'll give it to you for free. Like if that's your situation right now, I would love to be able to give back to you. Don't worry about it for 2 seconds, and I won't tell anybody. So if you feel I don't know, I guess the word is shame for being in that situation that some of us might feel, don't worry. I've been broke more than once, and more than one time in my life, to say that the least. So I judge nobody. So let me know if you need if we can back you up there. For you guys who are in this also, I hope you guys are getting ready with these questions, because they are coming soon. I'm soon gonna shoot this over to you, and then it's question time. For you who haven't booked your call with me yet, I highly suggest you do it. If you don't know which call I'm talking about, everybody who signed up to this challenge, you get a free call. Join, please. I'm doing my absolute best to give back to the community here, but I can only give back if you ask me to, you know? So please book that call. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do I have anything else here? I want to talk about this. Who thought? Why do you think I posted one extra workout? There is some. Why do you think I posted one extra workout? Because unofficially, everything finished yesterday. There is a reason behind it. There is a real reason why we posted one workout extra. Because that's the challenge. That's the challenge. Forget these 30 days that you just did. That's the challenge. If you did today's workout, then you passed the challenge. And if you're not doing tomorrow's workout, you're no longer passing the challenge. Because it's not a one-time thing, this. It's not a one-time thing. It's not a, wow, I lost all of this weight, or I'm so mentally strong that, I don't even need to do this no more. That's what Done Next is about. It's not a 30-day challenge you signed up to. I mean, it's awesome. I love you. Congratulations for finishing 30 days. And you should not forget that you did that. But yesterday don't pay. It's every day is a new challenge. The real challenge was today. That's the real challenge. That's where you see who went in for winning, for completing the 30 days, or who went in for actually like, yo, I'm gonna change something. Like I'm about to change my lifestyle here. I'm going for a lifestyle change. That's the beauty of it. And that's why I force you guys to think. Like I want everybody to start to really think. And I'm asking these questions for real answers. It's not like, I always say it, like it's not something I pick out from a hat and throw at you. Like it's real. It's a real challenge. Like I want people to learn this and having that feeling of like, woo, like this is something. Like if I keep, wow, look what I did 30 days. Look what I did 30 days it took me here. Just imagine if I did this shit every day for a year. Just imagine if I took this seriously, not only 30 days. You know? And then there was someone who wrote to me, it's like, why do we need to pay for Dancers Bootcamp? Like, why do you need to pay for Dancers Bootcamp? It's my full-time job. This is my job. As much as I absolutely love all of it. Like I'm living my best life. Like make no mistake, I cannot ask for anything better. But let's be fair, like this is my job. Or my work. It's not even a job. Like I profit from passion. This is what this is. They need a new job. They need a new word for it. But that's the reason. And again, I believe that 33 cents per workout is a pretty fair price, to be honest with you. And then there was someone else who's like, yeah, but I can do it myself. Can you? Let's be honest, can you? Like, you know, I know I can't. Me, Sebastian, I'm 100% sure I cannot do this without you. I can guarantee you that if this group didn't exist, I would not train 30 days in a row. 100% no. 100% no. Why? Because I don't do that in my normal life. And I'm a pretty active guy, you know? Like I love to train. But like I'm active, I got an active personality. But I can guarantee you that I wouldn't train 30 days. 25, probably, but not 30. So just want everybody to put that in your mind before you think it's like, yeah, but I can do this myself. If you legit feel that, great, awesome. I'm very happy. Like I had one of our students here last week. She called me. She's been training with us for months, and she's like, yeah, you know what? Like I actually feel that I came to a point in my training career or training life that I can actually do this myself right now. Wow. Nothing makes me happier. Nothing makes me happier to hear. Well, it's like, what is that? It's like when the student becomes the teacher. I don't know which movie it is, but you know which movie I'm talking about. But this is like, wow, man, congratulations, that's awesome. But don't put that in your mind. That's like, yeah, I can do all of this myself now. And if you feel that, please keep joining. Like I'm not trying to sell people on don't buy this bootcamp. No, it's like, don't drop out of this community. I think it's more that I'm trying to say. Like, I hope that come across. It's like, please keep joining these webinars, keep posting questions and selfies in the group. Like, it's together. I hope that has been the headline of these last 30 days, of really like, together we are strong. It's not me, it's not you, it's us in this, legit. I'm making sense or what? Yeah? Sometimes I feel I talk, you know? Sometimes I feel I just talk from, I talk for talking sometimes. Nah. Aight, Q&A. Don't tell me that you don't have any questions. Because if we've been training for 30 days and I've been talking this much as I've been talking for 30 days and you don't have any questions, I messed up. Somebody better bring me some questions. You can all type them in the chat or unmute yourself. If you can't unmute yourself, type them in the chat or raise your hand. I see all of you. Talk to me, Veronica.
Yes, I have a question about calories. I put it in the group. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh,
Do you
no.
calculate the number of calories that you burn when you work out, and if you put them in your app? You know, for example, I have Fat Secret, and one of the fields to fill in is calories burned with the workout.
Got it. Your calories, your daily calories should be put into, your daily calorie consumption, your training should be put into consideration there. Okay? So yes, I do. But I don't take, okay, I should eat 2,000 calories and today I burned 1,200. So that means I need an additional 1,200. Like, and then wow, today I ate 2,000, but I trained only 500, which means I have 800 or 700 left. So that means I need to, like, I don't have time for doing mathematician, you know? Like, I leave that to Thomas. That's not my area of expertise. That's Thomas, that's not me. So you can absolutely do that, but I would rather have you, instead of overthinking your nutrition like that, find a stable amount of food intake that you do every day, and then make that match your training. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But great question. Emigen, talk to me. Linda, I see you.
I was writing in the chat, but never mind. I wanted to ask, since I do every day 18 hours fasting, when is the best time to take my protein shake and my amino acid shake?
Wait,
Since I don't like taking anything except from water while fasting.
how long are you fasting every day, you say?
18 hours.
Are you... That's a good question. But I'm gonna give you the answer. The answer is that you try, if you're doing 18 hours, you try to eat everything within in those remaining 6 hours of the day, right? You try to, you got to be very focused on eating during those hours. If you're training hard resistant training, however, you might want to consider adding BCAA during your workout. Easy answer is that you do that because it prevents muscle breakdown. Hard answer you will find on page... You will find it in this book, bro. I know you got it. It's a full chapter. If you want to really nerd out on it, you can find a full chapter on BCAA and fasting here. And in your case, I suggest you read it. In your case. Yeah, I know. But you might, the thing with this book is that this is not a book that you necessarily need to read from back to back. You can skip and just do some chapters. And the book we're talking about, it's metabolic autophagy and talks about fasting on a very deeper level. If you want me to send you a link where you can get it for free, let me know and I send it to you. You just pay shipping. It's not my book. I just like the guy who wrote it. It's a fantastic book. But yeah, drink it if you're doing hard, heavy resistance training, which I know you do. Before going on these runs and going on and all of those things, that might be the time for you to take the BCAA. But the protein, you drink that with the food or during your eating window. Because BCAA, for you guys who don't know, stands for branched chain amino acids, which are building blocks of protein. Okay? So if you're having a full protein, it's gonna get digested in a different way than BCAA is doing, and it might actually break your fast. That's the reason. Now, if you are doing heavy resistance training, that might actually save your muscle breakdown. Make sense?
Thank you.
Don't worry, brother. Linda, talk to us.
Yeah. Hi.
Panos, I see you. Yeah, we hear you good.
So, yeah, I actually have a question about push-ups.
Tell me.
Yeah, I've been doing push-ups my whole life, you know, like this.
Yes.
But now with the challenger, doing these ones.
Uh-huh.
And I usually don't do them because my elbows are cracking a lot. They
Mm-hmm.
hurt. And I don't know, maybe you have had situations like this with your
Yeah,
elbows.
definitely. Do they crack when you hold them out here?
No.
So, can you help me with the light, David?
Yes.
Here. So look here, guys. Here is how you do push-ups. It's not about the position of if the hands are more out.
Yeah.
Wait, I got this. Give me 2 seconds here. So if you're doing push-ups, it's not about the position where you place the hands. Like if you do wide push-ups, it's gonna target your chest more. If you do them a little bit more narrow, it's gonna target your triceps more. It's how you're placing your elbow.
Yeah.
That's what matters. If you have them out here, so I mean, if you want to do wide push-ups like this and your palms facing outwards, that's still okay. But it's that, well, look what I'm doing here. It's this that matters. My elbows should be shooting backwards. So if I'm doing that, boom. Because then I connect here. So it's like I torque it. It's like I do this, shik, I connect my muscles more. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you do a cracking there, it's like you obviously shouldn't feel pain when training, right? So then just find a position of the hands that fits you the best and then try to push your elbows pointing backwards.
Yeah, exactly. When I tried to do that, because I remember you were telling about it, and exactly when I tried to push them like that, oh, they crack so much.
But is it crack as in pain or they just make noise?
No, it's painful. It is.
Yeah, then I wouldn't do
I
it.
can barely do it.
No, then don't. No, I suggest you don't. I suggest you don't. It's hard to give tips like this if we haven't. Like I would need you to answer more questions or like to put more time into it. But if you feel pain, don't do it. Then if you can, go to a physio. If you cannot go to physio because you're in lockdown, don't do it. Find another. Do something else. Do those push-ups you did before.
Yeah, these are good as well, right? Just for the.
Yeah. Do the same push-ups you did before because they are not. Maybe they are not optimal, but they are still like valid. You know, like end of the day, you're still lifting your entire body. But doing these ones, they are optimizing them, but they are still. If you feel pain, then don't do it. That's my answer to everything. Because there is 1,000 ways for you to train your chest. So why choose the one that hurts? You know.
Yeah. Or think.
Don't worry. Panos,
So I have two questions.
talk to us.
The one is the reason I started working out the last time is because I have problem with my back. It's a bit, like kyphosis.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem that many dancers also have with the posture.
Mm-hmm.
So to improve that, what is better is to open the chest, to work out on your chest, or work out back, yeah.
So what you want to do is first of all stretching. The first thing you want to focus on is stretching. Did you see there is even one, we even had that in the 30-day challenge. The stretching one, I'm putting my elbow here and I lean against the wall. Did you do it?
Yeah.
I think it's called like my top 5 best stretches or something like that. I do this. I put my elbow against the door and I step like this, boom. Top stretching, something. That is one you should do every day. That's one stretch you should do every day if you want to perfect your posture. Second thing is, I don't have a resistance band right now, but here we go. You can do this with a big resistance band. If you don't own a big resistance band, don't overthink it. Just take 2 small ones. Do this, and I want you to open. Boom. Look at my hand here, by the way. I'm not here. I'm here. And I squeeze my back. And you can even do this on the ground. You could go face down on the ground. If you don't have anything at home, just go face down on the ground, flat on your stomach, and do this. Boom. Same thing. Like I do the same thing here. I put my hands here, and they finish like this on the back. And I do one big circle. Boom. Bam. Because you are like this because your body is forcing you to be like this. Because or of habit, or that you have some muscle imbalances.
My work also is programming, so I'm
Voila. So then I really suggest that you use a Pomodoro, a Pomodoro watch. Like every 25 minutes, try to stand up. Try to stand up and just do some shit like this. Do some easy stretches. Just do some stretches and then go back to work. Every 30 minutes to 25 minutes. That's gonna save you.
The second question is, always in my life I was going to the gym and working out, with weights, weightlifting. I wonder if these kind of challenges can, completely remove the need of the gym.
Absolutely. It's what's your goals though? Before I say yes with confidence, what's your goals? What's your
At some point you want to. I'm sure you can cover everything, but I'm not sure about you want to bulk, for example.
I mean, if you want to bulk, like add some real bulk. For you guys who don't know, it's a term we meatheads at the gym call for being a caloric surplus, which means that you're eating a lot of food and you're gaining muscle mass. You're only focused on size. If that's your main goal, then it's very much easier to add resistant training, as in weightlifting, or you get yourself a serious kettlebell, which is a stone made of steel that works perfect. You can also start doing like heavy push-ups with resistant bands. So you can, yes, definitely do home training instead of gym and still bulk. That's 100% sure, 100%. We even have rings here. If you have a pull-up bar, you can do that. Now, it's easier if you have a gym, but it's also means that you need to take more time into it,
It's not my main goal. I just wanted to see if it's possible.
Yeah. For sure it is. I'm bigger now. I'm bigger now than I was when I started quarantine. For sure I am. I'm gonna take my before and after photos of this challenge also. I haven't done it yet. No, don't worry, bro. I hope that answers. So you gotta be creative. You can't let quarantine hold you back from reaching your fitness goals. Like if you want to bulk, then bulk. You find your way around it. Thomas is asking, maybe a very stupid question. Is yerba mate, typical Argentinian drink, okay in fasting period? Started drinking it again, I discovered an online store where I can get it in Switzerland. I don't know, bro. I don't know what's inside of that yerba mate, but I'm guessing it's herbs, and herbs are. Is this one? Is it this one? I mean that's tea, Isn't that a tea? Isn't that a type of tea? Yeah. But again, okay. So I'm gonna give you I like to give both answers when I hear this with these questions. So when it comes to fasting, for you guys who don't know, everything that is not water, look at Veronica. Everything that's not water gets processed by your liver, which means you get an insulin spike in your bloodstream because they got to be processed somewhere. It's not like your tongue is breaking it. So yes, you will break the fast. However, will it have any significant that goes for green tea, black coffee, BCAA. So on a clinical perspective, yes, it breaks the fast. Now, will it have any negative effects on autophagy? Probably not. Probably not. Probably very, 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 very little. Will it have any negative effect on your weight loss? Answer is no. Very little. Like we're talking decimals here. Because it's not like you are drinking this and it's like a door and it's just like boom, now all the fasting you did for the last 24 hours is just destroyed. No, that's not, because you're staying active. So you're staying active, you're always moving, so it's gonna go into your body, it's gonna get processed very, very fast by your liver, and then it's gonna go out in your bloodstream, and then you're back into fasting state once that's no longer an issue. So if you I say go for it. Give it a try. Give it a try. Yes, it breaks the fast. That's the official answer. But don't worry about it, because it's tea, basically. Just make sure that it's not like sweetener, some fructose shit type hidden sugars inside of it. Really read the description, okay? Before you start drinking it during your fasting state. But good question. Good question. Let me see here. Linda Lavinia is asking tips for stretching. I want also work on the flexibility in my whole body. How long should I keep a pose? And how many reps should I do one pose per session? I am not the best in stretching. However, for only 33 cents per day, you will get a fantastic stretching teacher in your home. If you sign up to Dancers Bootcamp online, use the promo code DONE.next and you will... great question. When you're talking, but truth be told, you have a full flexibility bootcamp inside of Dancers Bootcamp, so check that out. But when you're doing stretching, they're saying that everything longer than 45 seconds is considered static. And if you want to work on your range of motion, you should do static stretching, or you should do both types of stretching, but definitely static. So everything from 45 seconds up to a minute, or up to however long you want to go. It depends on how advanced you want to be in your stretching and how many reps. Unfortunately, stretching is one of those things that is just reps on reps on reps on reps on reps. I mean, if you want to make the split in 30 days, you just gotta go after it, you know. So I have no clear answer there. I don't know. It's my answer. It's my real answer. But longer than you're expecting, probably. Longer than you expect. Let me see here. Amy is asking, when we do the abs training, is there an order in which we should order which part we will lose first as visually? Talk to me. You need to express that question in voice. Talk to me, because I didn't understand. Hey, champ.
So one of my this is my third week, and then my goal is to lose my obviously these parts, and I'm doing abs, and then I feel like visually I'm losing like the under the lips now, but under the lips more lower part is I don't feel like I'm not losing it. So I was just wondering, is there it's like there's an order?
Okay, that's a great question. That's a great question, actually, because what it comes down to is that you can't point burn. Like you can't... you all see those fucking weight sauna bullshit that you put over your waist and it's like, here, you sweat more and then you're gonna burn more. That type of shit. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're gonna sweat more. Of course you're gonna sweat more. You're having an extra t-shirt over you have this. It's a great business idea, however. I love the business idea. But no science is backing it up. Put some extra things here, aluminium foil, and then you're gonna sweat more and then you burn more. It doesn't work because your body, you can't point burn. Like you can't do, okay, I want to burn fat in my triceps, so I'm gonna do more triceps exercises. It's not gonna burn more fat in your triceps. You're gonna build more muscles in your triceps, and then your overall fat burning will burn. Okay? So if you want to lose weight in here, for example, you want to get a six-pack, right? Don't go out on like, okay, I want to get a six-pack. I'm a little bit overweight. I want to get a six-pack. I'm gonna do sit-ups and planks every day. That's the most stupid thing you can do. What you should do is that you should really have a high, you should do a lot of compound exercises. Burpees if we're talking body weight, deadlifts if we're talking gym, kettlebell swings if we are talking about this, jumping jacks. Have high caloric burning. And then on top of all of that, you should also want to work your abdominals because you are building bigger abdominals. I mean, they are still muscles that you need size there also. Did that make sense? Wait, why are you muted? Did that make sense?
It does, thanks.
Okay, perfect. So then again, like do all of these ab exercises, but they are not what's gonna get that stubborn fat away. What's gonna get that stubborn fat away is your overall training, dancing, walking the stairs, like doing all these HIIT workouts. That's what's gonna, your nutrition, that's what's gonna get you to really, you know, get that extra step forward. But great question, great question. You briefly mentioned that we can have a call with you, which is included in the 30-day clue. Yes, Senia. David is gonna post that right now in the group, so everybody get access to it. You can just go in and book it there, and we have a talk. And if I can give you some personal guidance, I would love to. Andrew is asking, after training, some recommendations to eat food or take some proteins. What kind of food is good to eat after training? I mean training when you have done during 30 days. Short training like 30 to 20 minutes. It's a great question, and before training, it depends. So why? Whenever somebody is saying, you should eat a banana before training, you should eat an apple before training, or you need to eat 2 hours before training because blah, 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 blah. All of those are lies. You don't need to do anything. Absolutely. You don't need to eat nothing during the entire day. If you are if you're training like we've been training, all of those it's not lies. It's just easy answers. It's because it's good for an Instagram post because you want a quick answer. But I'm going to give you the real answer. I want to explain to you why, so you can actually understand it in the future. When you are eating before training, you want to have what people are saying usually some carbohydrates, some starches, carbohydrates, which is like fruits, pasta, rice, potatoes. You want to have something little, is what they're saying. Why? Because you get glycogen sent into your blood. Glycogen is carbohydrates processed by your liver, turned into glycogen or glucose turned into glycogen, that will later work as a source of energy. Now, after training, you have something that's called a metabolic window. That's before was talking about, like, people explain it like a door. Metabolic window opens after training. Now you need to eat all your protein and then it's closed. You didn't eat within 2 hours after your training. It sucks to be you, and you will no longer eat the protein. That's not how it works neither. So when you're training, you are getting something that's called a metabolic window that is active all 24 hours. It's not a door that opens and closes. 24 hours after training, your body will be in an anabolic state, which means that it will be very keen on taking up nutrition such as protein and carbohydrates and fats. So try it. It depends on you. I don't eat nothing before I weight train, before I do resistance training, and when the gyms are open, I try to go to the gym 5 days a week. And I eat nothing. And I've been breaking tons of personal records while being on 18, 20-hour fasts. So try what works for you best. But definitely have something after training, maybe, if you want to build muscles and keep everything. That's what I said to Imogen, right? Like, if you're doing these hard trainings, make sure to do, maybe sip on some little bit on BCAAs if you want to keep your muscle mass. Thumbs up if I made sense with that, because that concept is just so important. It's so important because you're gonna hear now when it's like law of attraction. The more we talk about these things, the more you're gonna see it everywhere. It's like, what should I eat before training? Eat an apple, okay? So what if I'm allergic to apples? What should I eat? Me, Sebastian, yeah, I'm allergic to apples. So what? I can't train now? You know? Like, I really want you guys to understand what it is. Because at the other side, so you want to have something that gives you some type of carbohydrates, because then the carbohydrates shoves into your bloodstream and then it's fuel. But if you are ketogenic adapted, which means your body is using now fats as a source of fuel. It takes a little while for the body to start to do that. But if you're hardcore fasting, like me, for example, or if you're doing the ketogenic diet, it's gonna take a few weeks. But once you're keto adapted, your body will start to use fats instead as a source of fuel. So then you no longer need the carbohydrates. Protein is the only thing you need. You need fats also and blah, blah, blah. But to build muscles, you need protein, and to energy, you can choose to have carbohydrates or fats. I eat carbohydrates because I'm a simple guy. Tanya is saying, I don't want to lose weight. What should I do? I mean, there's a lot of things you should do. I think I can answer your question. You want to find a balance, and that's what I said to Veronica before. You want to find a beautiful balance of like, okay, I eat approximately this much, and I train this hard. Now, here I'm in a perfect balance. Now, if I train harder, I need to eat more. But if I train less, then I need to eat a little bit less. So you have that beautiful balance, and you find that balance with or counting your calories or using the perfect plate method that we are talking about. So it's like, okay, I want to add a little bit of weight. Okay, cool. Then I increase the carbohydrates a little bit and the fats. Okay, then I need to train a little bit harder. And that little bit harder can be like 15 minutes a week, you know? Like 15 minutes a week, if you're in a perfect caloric deficit, technically 5 minutes a week extra should put you in a caloric deficit, which means that you will lose some grams of fat. Like I'm making this very simply explained now. But did that make sense, Tanya? Yeah? Or do you talk to me?
Yes, it will make sense. I need to calculate what this. I don't know how to say.
So you need to know your macros, right? You need to know.
Yes,
Exactly.
I
So
need to know what some food has and what I need to complete.
yeah. So to do that, to know your macros, is that you should eat approximately to stay in a caloric balance. If you're training as active as you have been doing this last weeks, you take your body weight in pounds and you do it times 15. So I'm 182, I think. I have no idea what 182 times 15 is. But I know Thomas has probably already calculated that. But it's around 2,000, somewhere around 2,000, and 2,200, something along those lines. And then you make sure that 1 to 2 grams per body weight. 1 to 2 grams per pound of body weight. Pounds, not kilos, should be protein. And then you distribute freely on fats and carbohydrates, depending on what your body responds best. Okay? And then again, it's not like, you shouldn't overthink it. It's like, okay, How much have you been training now? I've been training 6 days. I've been training 7 days a week for 30 days. Okay, how cool? How much have I been eating? This much. Aight. What does the scale say? Because this is a conversation about weight right now, so then we need to address the scale. Okay, what does the scale say? Okay, the scale says that I've been losing weight. Okay, what does that mean? A or B? Train harder, or train less, or eat more. You know? So you always that's the beauty with the numbers. Like, look at the scale. Sometimes I don't have a scale at home, but sometimes it's beneficial for some of us to have it, because then it answers the questions. Okay, wow, I've been eating this much this week. Okay, cool. Then I need to train a little bit harder. Or, oh, here we go. I mean, dropping weight. Right. Then I need to eat a little bit more if I want to be in there, you know, in that balance. Me personally, I don't have a scale. I haven't weighed myself in a year and a half, I say. Why? Because I do not care. It gives me zero in my life, you know? But for some of us, it's really beneficial. For some of us, it's really, really beneficial. But me right now, where I'm standing, it's like I like the way I look, I like the way I feel, I train hard, I eat well, I count. The only scale I have is my food scale. So I don't weigh my actual weight, but I weigh my food, which might be a little crazy. But yeah, it's not for everyone. But great question. Great question. Daniel is saying it's not just as muscles weighs more than fat. Yeah, exactly. So when you start to put on some serious muscles, you start to burn some fat. That distributes also, right? Like, muscles actually weigh more than fat, a lot more. So, but good question. Laviana is saying, how do I improve my mind-muscle connection when I train? You focus on your muscles. You meditate. You start to control your mind. And you start to control your mind more. And for only $87, 87 euros, you can get a full package of mental discipline course made by dancers for dancers. If you sign up before, you know... No, but truth be told, that if you want to get better mind to muscle connection, the more you do a repetition. So for you guys who have no idea, what mind to muscle connection means that when you're focusing, when you're training, science has been proving that if you are focused on that muscle you are flexing, so if I'm focused on only flexing my biceps right now, bam, like I'm so focused on flexing it, then your body is gonna react more to it. That's why if you're doing biceps curls, for example, you get more muscle connections if you're doing single leg biceps curls, because you can focus on only one arm. Now, that does not necessarily mean that your muscles is gonna grow bigger just by training single arm curls. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you want to focus on your mind to muscle connection, doing single arm exercises, because then you can only focus on one part of the body. And it's the same as doing this, right? Like, now arm flexed, nothing is happening. Now I focus on flexing, something is happening. Not focusing on flexing, same position. Not focused, focused. Not focused, focused. Look at these biceps. Look at that. No? Okay. So yeah, you gotta do it more often. You constantly got to develop that. One thing that might work is that you place your arm. So if you're doing biceps curl, for example, like I did, it might actually be beneficial for you to place your arm on your hand. So it's like, okay, I'm supposed to feel here. Here's where I'm supposed to feel. Or if I do some chest work, it's like, okay, here is where I'm supposed to feel. Bam. And you can also do, I'm killing this answer, I'm giving a great answer, I'm just letting everybody know. You can also do, like, you know those isometric holds you did in the iso attack workouts? That can actually also be beneficial, because then you are going into a deep position and you are, all your muscle fibers are just firing. So you're getting them more activated. Round of applause for that answer, because that's a great answer. That's a great answer, you know? I'm getting tired here. That's not noted. I'm gonna hang around for a few more minutes and then I'm about to bounce. Julia is asking, how do you know if you're meditating right? In other words, how do you meditate? I don't know where to start. I have an application, or there is an application called Headspace. If you never had meditated before, I highly suggest you start with guided meditation, and you just listen to whatever they are saying. I felt that I reached a level at some point where I've been meditating for such a long time that I no longer use guided meditation. I might go back doing it very soon, because for you guys who don't know... talk to me, Melanie. Sorry.
Maybe you want to do some advertisement for one of your students, because she's been doing a live meditation session every day for the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Who?
La Alemana.
Yo, if you want to shake a good one. Thank you. For you guys who don't know, Alemana is a bachata dancer. I suggest most of you know her. She's also one of the students in this group, and she's going live every day lately doing guided meditation. And I actually think they're using the application Headspace. So yeah, feel free to follow her. And there you have the perfect person who are crushing this quarantine. Like, she's training harder than ever. Like, I've been training her for over a year now. She's training harder than ever. She's getting better results than ever. They are much more confident in the way because of meditation. So just to point that out, that I'm super proud of the progress she's been making. I didn't know she did it every day though. That's awesome. Again, Headspace. But when it comes to meditation, there is no right or wrong. I have my own meditation that I like to call shut the fuck up and don't think about nothing. I might fall asleep. It's one of those things that works great for me. I know that other people do some ashwagandha meditation, and then there is some vinyasa yoga combined with meditation, and a lot of names that I way too illiterate to pronounce. But for me, it might be a power nap. For you, it might be walking in the woods. For some of us, it might be going on a bicycle ride. I think I don't think there is no right or wrong here. You will find it. The more you do it, you will find it. Again, it's meditation is just like this. The more you do it, the more you're gonna benefit from it. I had a student before who is no longer our student, but she one before. And we had a conversation. She was dealing with a lot of stress at work, a lot of stress at work. And she said, and I'm like, you have to start meditating. Like, I hear every time I talk to you, it's getting worse. I hear on your voice that it's just going on a downward spiral. You're going into a dark path. You need to do this now, not soon. Now, download Headspace. Like, they should give me a promo code, because wow, I talk about this application. And she tell me, she's like, Sebastian, I've been meditating for 3 days and I don't feel it's happening anything. I don't get any results. It's like, wow, 3 days. Like, so you legit think that everything else in life takes years to become good at. You want to be good in math? It's not something you learn in 3 days. You want to be good in training? You don't get strong after 3 days. You don't get fit after 3 days. You don't get fat after eating bad for 3 days, which is another one I love. And it's just the one that's like, yeah, but I feel so bad when I eat bad food. Why? I don't care about what you ate one time. Why do you beat yourself up for what you ate one time? It's what you ate the entire year that matters, or the entire week or month. It's the time span. So now you've been thinking garbage thoughts and negative thoughts for years, just beating yourself up like you haven't had a positive conversation in your mind for years. and you don't feel a difference in 3 days? No, of course you don't. Of course you don't. 3 days? What are you talking about? Is your mind is like a muscle like everything else. It's not gonna get affected by 3 days. Look now, look 30 days. It took 30 days for someone, and 30 days, and some of us is like, yo, 30 days, wow, how do you feel? I lost a kilo. Wow, Jesus Christ, a kilo in 30 days. Like, only that is just like, man, round of applause for yourself. You did, like 30 days. 30 days, and you did it for 3 days, and you don't feel like it's your mind. That's the, like, what? And I say this with, like, I get very passionate when I talk about this, and why? Because most of you guys don't know, but like, I'm dealing with just like anyone here. Like, the only reason why you know about me is because I'm the guy talking. But I know many of us here are dealing with anxiety. Like, I used to have serious, like, panic anxiety. Like, I have anxiety today. Like, today was really one of those days, me and David, I'm like, yo, like, I need to, you know, like, I need to be alone a little bit. Like, I have a situation today with my brain. I gotta, you know, like, I gotta meditate. And so today I've been meditating. I took an hour nap, and I took ice baths yesterday. It's like just those few days in the year of the month where me, like anybody else, is fighting with my mind. Or it's not fighting, I just don't find a sense of calmness. I don't find a sense of calmness. And then what do I do? I go back to everything. I go back to the basics. Meditate, I sleep, focus on drinking, take deep breaths. I go back to whatever I'm talking to you guys about. The mind, nobody on planet Earth has ever mastered his mind. So don't expect, like, it's such a powerful tool. Like, it's such a powerful tool. Like, if you start to dig deep into the mind, and it's so little you need to put in. You need to put in so little to get so much back from it. So it's like 3 days, like you're like falling on the finish line, or on not even the finish line, but like the first finish line, you know? Like, you need to put time into this, just like everything. And that goes back to what I talked about in the beginning. It's like, it's not, the challenge was not the 30 days. The challenge was the video you did today. The challenge is not what you do. The challenge is not the video you did today. The challenge is what you're doing tomorrow. And it's the same with meditation. Can I get the charger before my computer dies, please? Thank you. And the same thing goes here. It's like, it's also how you are. And I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I know you have another life than hanging around with me. But and I appreciate everybody for hanging around with me. Like, make no mistake. But when it comes to your mind, so now I've reached a level. So again, today was one of those days or this week, I've really been fighting with anxiety. Like, I'm really fighting with it myself. But you don't see me stopping. You don't see me stopping. Like, I'm still here. I'm still showing up. I still do my coaching calls. Like, it's not the things that are happening to you that affects you. It's how you react to the things that are happening to you that affects you. Did that make sense? And that is not me, who is sounding smart. That's one of these people here in these books that's called the Epicurean. There was a Greek philosopher. And if you want to hang out more with Greek philosophers, I highly suggest a book that's called How to Think Like a Roman Emperor. It's an amazing book. And that way, so today I went up on the roof, I felt a little worried. I didn't really know what it was, had some imbalances, too many thoughts happening at the same time. And I'm like, okay, what is happening here? Okay, I feel a little worried. Aight. Cognitive distancing. Here I feel worry. Me, I'm here. What is happening here? Okay, I feel worried. Right. What do I need to be worried about? Not very much, to be honest with you. Not very much, to be honest with you. I feel my life is pretty sweet. I want to give back more to people. I would like this Dancers Bootcamp to really be a bigger thing, because I think it's such a fantastic platform. I'd like to be able to crush the webinar today. Okay, cool. What more? I miss my family. I haven't seen them I've been in quarantine for 35 days. I left the house twice. Huh. Yeah. Can I do something about it? Nope. Will it get better if I beat myself up over it? No. Okay. Then I know that it will not get better if I beat myself up for it. Or if I'm worried about it. No? Then it's pretty fucking stupid to be worried about it, isn't it? Yeah. Does it make me feel better? Not really. Not at the moment. But it's the truth. Then I can start to process that truth. And then what's happening with most of us is that we have no idea how to control our thoughts anymore. Why? Because there is just so much external noise that is happening. Just so much noise, just like a million things happening. Just like you get Instagram, like I swear my life, I logged into my Instagram today and I have a pretty like clean Instagram, you know? Like I have a pretty clean Instagram. Like I go on my Instagram, boom. I press the explore page, boom. I get 5 asses straight in my face. Think. Jesus, what is happening? Fitness models, fantastic. Keep scrolling. Coronavirus, Jesus Christ. Okay, now 500,000 people have something else. Fuck. Keep scrolling down. It's like I try to find some happiness, you know? Try to find some happiness in the swipes. I keep swiping down, boom. Fucking dismal coronavirus is happening, and then we all forgot about the poverty in Africa, and then that the fucking World War III is still happening in the Middle East, and Jesus, we're like, woof, what is happening? Turn this shit off. They're like, there is so much noise. Like I try to make fun of it, but it's an absolute tragedy. But it's so much noise. So anxiety and scare and fear, it comes when two thoughts are present in the mind at the same time. Just like 2 thoughts that are just going like this. And they are circling. So they're just like crashing all the time. And it's like they're constantly crashing. This is how you get a panic anxiety attack. You have 2 thoughts in the brain. They're just like boom. You don't find anywhere out. You don't find anywhere out of this circle. But the truth is that the answer is outside of the circle, and that's when you need to do this cognitive distancing. You start to look at it. Then you need to check yourself. Okay, what have I been doing? Have I been sleeping bad? What was I thinking before this? So then you start to be able to control your thoughts, and then you need to practice in controlling your thoughts, because you don't want to practice controlling your thoughts when you're in a state of fear, or when you're in a state of worry, or when you're in a state of anxiety. You want to practice that shit before. So when you have that mode, so when that fear hits you, you have already been practicing it. You don't practice dancing. Of course you practice on the dance floor, don't get me wrong here. But you don't practice your dancing on stage. You don't practice a show on stage. You practice when it's easy. And then when hard times comes, that's when you do it. That's when you know you have the knowledge already. There's a great quote in this book called Art of War, and it says something along the lines of, the more you sweat in training, the less you bleed in battle. And that's what this is about. And that goes for everything. Everything in life. But great question. Great question. Do we have any other questions? Or should I keep on? I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate about mental health. And I want to give back as much as I can about this. Therefore, the course Mental Discipline. I'm not sure mental discipline is a name that explains what it actually is. I'm not sure. I don't think mental health is a name that explains what what I want to teach in this class, or in this program. But it's really about your mind and thought control. It's really about thought control, because your thoughts is what's gonna ultimately make you or break you. And that goes for everything. We done or what? No more questions? And I'm gonna hang out with Melanie and Thomas after this call. Let's just hang out in this room while we have you here. Do we have any other questions? If not, we out! Alright guys, where's my phone? Where's my goddamn phone? Hey, thank you so much for hanging out. I love Wednesdays. It's my absolute favorite day of the week.